Lloyd cannot stop thinking about that monster procession. It was clearly unusual, almost as if the entire pack was heading somewhere. Perhaps they ought to be a little more cautious. Just then, the girls in the party call out to him. He's keeping watch alone again that night. They warn him that staying up so many nights in a row will ruin his health and tell him they can take shifts as usual. But Lloyd insists he's fine. He wants them all to conserve their stamina in case something happens. He's used to all-nighters anyway. Besides, he's still green. This is about all he can do to help. They make him promise that if it ever becomes too much, he has to tell them. The next day, Lloyd uses search magic to check if there are any monsters nearby. Yui is surprised he can even do that, but he downplays it, saying it is nothing impressive. He cannot scan very far after all. Still, it is better than nothing. He plans to cast it at regular intervals to make sure their surroundings stay safe. That should help prevent any surprise attacks from monsters. Yui admits it is incredibly helpful, but worries it might put too much of the burden on him. Lloyd assures her it is no problem. Even so, Yui cannot stop thinking about it. That night, she talks to Silica about it. She wonders if Lloyd doesn't trust them. He is amazing to have around since he can do just about anything, but it feels a little sad that he cannot count on them, especially now that they are friends. Silica replies that everyone moves at their own pace. They themselves were not that close at first either. They only got here because of all the time they have spent together. There must be a reason for the gap between his ability and his self-esteem, not to mention why he pushes himself so hard. When you think about it, Lloyd really is a mystery. He knows so little about the world, yet so much about other things. What kind of life has he lived until now? Silica is sure that one day Lloyd will tell them himself. Until then, they should simply take it easy without rushing him. However, Daggers has a plan. He tells Lloyd there is something he would like his help with. They walk a few meters away from camp, where Daggers set up a device that will make noise if monsters approach, so Lloyd can finally get some rest that night. Lloyd says that isn't necessary, but Daggers insists. This is how they used to sleep before Lloyd joined the party. Is it that he cannot trust them? Lloyd replies that he doesn't doubt the device's effectiveness. He just thinks it is better to be extra cautious so they can be absolutely certain. But that isn't what Daggers means. He presses again. Does Lloyd really not trust them? After all, he keeps handling scouting and night watch by himself without involving anyone else. He can see why someone might take that as a sign that Lloyd doesn't trust the party. Lloyd quickly denies it. There's no way that is true. It's just that if he doesn't work hard, he feels he will end up causing problems for everyone else. But Daggers encourages him, telling him it's fine to cause problems. That's why they formed a party in the first place, so they could handle things together that they couldn't manage on their own. Causing each other trouble now and then is only natural. Lloyd should rely on his friends more. Lloyd admits he never even thought about it that way. But is he really sure it is alright for someone as powerless as him to lean on others? Daggers tells him that no one in the party believes he lacks power. That night, Lloyd finally gets some rest. And the next morning, he even asks Yui for help fetching water. But when they move on, they all sense that something is wrong with the forest. They have not encountered a single monster since entering this part of the woods. It would be one thing if they were on the main road, but this deep inside, it is normally impossible not to sense something. So what exactly is going on here? Lloyd says he will try expanding his search area a bit. When he does, he confirms the presence of a pack of monsters roughly 10 kilometers ahead, in the direction of the farm they are heading to now. But Yui isn't focused on the farm. She's shocked that Lloyd can search an entire 10-kilometer range. Just the other day, he said he couldn't cover such a large area. Lloyd insists he wasn't lying. 10 kilometers really isn't very far. Yui fires back that it is 10 times the range of an average person. Lloyd explains that drastically expanding the search radius consumes a lot of mana, so it is not exactly convenient. The rest of the party remind Yui that this isn't the most pressing issue. If she keeps letting Lloyd surprise her like this, her heart will not hold out. For now, they need to head to the location. When they arrive at the farm, they do indeed find a pack of monsters. They had heard there were many, but this number is abnormal. None of them have ever seen such a large pack of high wolves before. Stranger still, this is the only location Lloyd's search magic detected monsters at all. Where have all the others gone? The forest should be teeming with powerful creatures, so it is hard to believe this is just natural competition. There were no signs of fighting in the woods, and monsters don't usually abandon their territory without reason. The owner of the farm had already been attacked and injured by a high wolf and was evacuated to their son's house in the city. It's unfortunate, since the party had hoped to ask a few questions and possibly find some clues about what is happening. Then Cross notices something, a black, sinister-looking stone among the monsters. At first, no one else can see it. Their eyesight isn't as sharp as his. But when Lloyd uses enhancement magic to strengthen his vision, he spots it as well and confirms Cross's assessment. The others quickly ask him to cast the spell on them too. Once he does, they all see the eerie stone, surrounded by a haze of black mist. Lloyd says that the mist is most likely a portion of its mana, the mana of beast people. His master once mentioned that certain beast people are able to use an unusual spell to command the monsters. Just then, Lloyd picks up something with his search magic. Another horde is heading their way. This time it's a chaotic mix of monsters, easily numbering over 1,000. The magic stone is most likely the cause, a device with the power to lure monsters. Still, Lloyd tells the party not to worry. He has a plan. The first step is to deal with the stone itself. He casts enhancements on Cross, allowing him to shatter it with a single arrow. Once the stone breaks, the wolves regain their natural ferocity and immediately turn on each other. That proves the monsters had been manipulated by the stone. But unfortunately, the rest of the horde doesn't stop advancing. So Lloyd moves on to the next stage of his plan. He orders Silica to summon a wall of fire to burn the approaching monsters. To strengthen her magic, he layers multiple enhancements on her until the flames burn with devastating intensity. Silica has enough mana left to conjure about 5 more walls of fire. She then weaves wind into the spell, causing the flames to spread. The fire consumes both monsters and forest alike, while thick smoke fills the sky, making it difficult for flying creatures to see. But the party can see them, because Lloyd is using telepathy to relay the monsters' positions, revealed by his search magic, directly to the archer. With this support, the archer shoots them down one by one. For the final phase, Lloyd transfers his remaining mana to Silica so she can cast one last spell. She summons Heavy Rain, dousing the flames to prevent the fire from spreading out of control. The two fighters then finish off the few monsters that remain. Exhausted, Lloyd can hardly believe how drained he feels. He still has a long way to go.